Greetings once again, spacefaring adventurers. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with another chapter of Eden Zero, where previously it was Jin versus Dead End Cure. As the fight against Void and his forces continue on, Jin, remembering the scumbag that Cure was, is happy to hear that in this version of the universe, Cure's incredible massacre and what was formerly known as Bloody Atmos Day was prevented thanks to Jaguar, as was pretty obvious considering that Holy seemed to be in much higher spirits in this universe. But Cure decided this time around to give in to his evil, not segment it so he can try to be the hero and try to create some kind of weird disturbing balance, but no, he's gone pure villain, which makes things a lot easier for Jin. And while Cure's ability to restore himself becomes a bit of a problem, ultimately it's the same thing as was with Dead and Crow. There is still a core, and it's still in the same place it usually is. So Jin attacks Cure's midsection, finally putting the kibosh on this rogue android. Was it as anticlimactic as a lot of the other fights with the new Oration Says Galactica? Somewhat, but Cure had it coming. But how is Homura dealing with Lady Freya? Join me as I find out, won't you? Right, Eden Zero, chapter 281, Lady Freya. Nice little casino image of sister. Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. If my luck be a lady tonight, this should be a lucky day, hopefully. Right, with Cure disposed of, the tendrils, the mechanical tendrils that were holding everyone in place, which hentai artists are gonna have a field day with that one, fall and crumble away. Wise and Moscow gasp for breath as Sister, Hermit, and Witch make their way out, having obviously been very much uncomfortable in that weird little situation they were in. Jin calls out, "Is everybody okay?" Wise says, "Looks like you saved us, Jin." Though Sister notes, looking at the destruction Jin made in the progress, saying, "Yeah, but you really did number on the ship." And Moscow points out, Moscow X. Okay, so Klein was still in the same room as we see her piloting things. Witch calls out, "And thank you for taking the helm, Klein." Klein says the Eden's One is still on our tail, as we see the Eden Zero trying his best to get away from the One. Suddenly, the Eden's One forms guns near its figurehead and starts blasting at the Eden Zero. I'm surprised it wasn't doing that before. And several of the shots connect. Hermit is shocked, getting to her console saying it's firing at us, although Laguna says they sent their own people here. I guess they're not too worried. But suddenly, Valkyrie comes to a realization and asks Jin, "Where's Homura?" Jin lets her know she went to take care of the other intruder, and a shocked Valkyrie asks, "She's fighting Lady Freya?" As we pick up with a very naked Homura clashing against Lady Freya. And while Lady Freya continues to have an incredibly stoic look on her android face, it's obvious that Homura is straining a bit. Suddenly Lady Freya starts going in hard and heavy with a multitude of blows, and Homura ends up on the back foot, which isn't good because she's in a bath and she's barefoot. Freya then delivers a swift kick to Homura's face, knocking her back even more. But as Freya tries to go in for a swipe, Homura manages to flip out of the way. I don't know how this is gonna be animated. She is very naked. And as she comes out of her flip, Homura shines with the power of overdrive, much to Freya's shock. And Homura, now thankfully, stands very clothed in her overdrive form. Freya questions overdrive. Homura then steps forward and swings heavy, a strike that Freya actually has to put some effort into blocking. Freya notes, "I didn't think there were any warriors like you left." Homura then notes, "This is where the crew comes for rest and relaxation. I would ask that outsiders vacate immediately." Homura trying to come in with that tough talk. But then the Zero starts to be bombarded even more by the One's cannon fire. Homura notes the damage and then questions an attack. The Eden's One would try to sink us? She turns to Lady Freya asking, "Do they not know that you are here? Freya says he knows. The One knows everything, and he gave himself one final order, to destroy the Zero. Homura questions, then why are you here? Freya says, that is a good question. Oh, with a smile, Freya says, I came here to die? What? Okay, this is different. Homura questions, what? And Valkyrie sets her swords down to the side and explains, I came to the unfortunate realization that there is no one in all the cosmos who is stronger than I am. If one such entity did exist, it would be void. In other words, the Eden's One. For my final moments, I wish to be destroyed by the Eden's One. Homura says, you speak nonsense. You cannot find anyone better than yourself, so you choose to die? Freya notes, in truth, I would rather fight Void. But he does not belong to this era. He is a will from 20,000 years in the future. That knowledge makes the idea of fighting him seem empty. And I've grown tired of fighting, of killing, of living. Burdened by success, Homura notes, if you wish to die, you are welcome to do so. But leave me and my friends out of it. Be gone from here. Freya retrieves her swords and steps forward saying, there was a certain logic to that idea, but then you came along. Oh, Homura is shocked by this. And as Freya brandishes her sword, she says, this could be entertaining. Your chances of defeating me are 0%, but you're not bad with a sword. I get the feeling there's a decimal point in that 0%. You will be perfect for my final playmate. Interesting. Homura questions, 0%? You are rather overconfident. But suddenly an analysis runs across Freya's eyes. She lets Homura know, I can calculate the numerical value of my opponent's ether power. Homura dashes forward, shouting, and how does that tell you anything? But just as Homura approaches to strike, Freya's head starts to turn, saying, oh my. I see there is someone on this ship with a higher score than yours. As Freya gets the reading, she says, codename Valkyrie. Oh, this will be interesting. As Homura strikes, Freya jumps out of the way as Homura shouts, I will not let you lay a hand on my teacher. But suddenly Freya swings her swords. There's a slash. Oh, gee. And Homura is struck twice to her midsection. His blood splatters in the air. Homura coughs up blood, and Freya, without turning, says, for your information, your ether power level is 620,000. She then turns with a smile saying, mine is 75 million. Oh god, we're doing power levels. With that massive gap in power, I have to wonder, will this end up being a tag team situation? That would actually make for a pretty good fight. I almost kind of wish we had more of that, since we have a lot of kind of pairings to a certain degree of a lot of the cast, or at least pairings that could have been made. Shiki could have teamed up with Witch. Hermit and Weiss could have had a bigger and more prevalent team up. Rebecca and Sister could have had a cool team up. I don't think we ever really got that. And then Valkyrie and Homura. I could see it though. Homura's clash against Godak Noella was decent, but it could have been better, which is what I've constantly been saying. But Homura, Valkyrie, also Overdrive, clashing against Lady Freya, also Overdrive. But a lot of these characters keep not overdriving, and I'm left like, come on guys. So unless Homura can pull out some kind of power up out of her butt, which we've seen plenty of in this chapter, I don't know if she's got this, because Freya doesn't have a trick to her abilities. She's just powerful and capable. So we'll have to see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this chapter. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Till then, bye-bye.